family and I are headed to Huntington Beach, my hometown, and I'm visiting a childhood best friend of mine, Rebecca, and I'm getting my brows done. So Becca does powder ombre brows, which is my favorite method for permanent makeup on your brows. So I'm bringing you guys along with me. I'm also going to be sharing with you why I prefer powdered ombre brows versus microblading, which I've had that done before and have performed that as well. So if you are curious about either of those, keep on watching.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it's like same shape and some photos of like looks good.
More like a neutral brown.
Yeah. We're neutralizing.
Yeah. It's been so long too.
I know, and it looks still looks good.
It looks good. People compliment my brows all the time.
Oh, I love it.
Color has been neutralized.
Neutralized.
What is this? Numbing?
Yeah, numbing.
Thank God. It wasn't that bad. I'd say like, I don't know, 4 out of 10. I can't even feel it anymore. That numbing stuff really works. I feel like it's been like 5 or 6 years since we've done them.
No, I know, it's
Which
been
is
a while.
crazy, huh?
It's been a really long time.
No, it's fine. It's part of the process. It's fine.
Everywhere.
Yes, girl.
Warmer. I try
Yes.
to match a little bit of the warm tones in your
Yes.
face.
Yes.
Better.
Yeah, they look so good. Yay!
Perfect.
So yesterday I got my brows done, so this is day 2 when it's going to look its darkest. So this is when people start to panic and regret their decision to get their brows done. But I've been through this process before, so I knew what to expect. But the reason why I prefer powder ombre brows over microblading is first because there's less room for human error. I like that the needle when you're doing powder ombre brows, it's actually a tattoo gun and it's going directly in and out of the skin, rather than with microblading, you have a bunch of tiny little needles creating a blade and you're actually slicing through the skin. The depth will dramatically vary depending on the artist. Obviously there's more skilled artists and then there could be newbie artists, so like things can vary in that way, but there's too much room for error for me. So I actually used to provide microblading. A whole long story in itself. You guys can go check out this video where I explain how I started and stopped at microblading really quickly and the whole drama that unveiled with that. So that's reason number 1 why I really prefer powder ombre brows. It's because the needles, and I just feel like it's not going to create as much scar tissue as microblading can, and I'm really nervous to start seeing, and we're already starting to see it now because microblading became very popular. I would say almost like a decade ago it started gaining traction, so we're seeing the work, how it looks now, and the scar tissue buildup, and that's what I wanted to avoid. And with powder ombre brows, you're not getting that scar tissue as much. I also like the look of powder ombre brows so much better because you're able to create a powder effect, hence why it's called a powder ombre brow. I like that it looks more like how I do my makeup when I do my brows. Powder ombre brows paired with lashes, like I feel put together and ready to go on a daily basis with only having to wash my face and throw some curls in my hair. I really enjoy the look of powder ombre brows versus microblading. Microblading, you're not going to get that powdery look, but microblading can be good for those who are missing a lot of hair and they need to fill in sections. So some artists will even combine the two methods together. They'll do microblading in some areas and then powder ombre over that. So that's another reason why I prefer powder ombre brows as well. I went to Fusion Artistry. I saw Becca at Fusion Artistry located in Fountain Valley, California. And I actually had my brows done with her 5 years ago. It might have even been 6, so it's been quite some time. So the process with Becca was first neutralizing the color. So you'll see here in the video, it's yellow. So it's like a yellow pigment, and she's neutralizing the color because it does over time tend to turn a little bit of an ashy color, and I wanted to warm it up and have more of a neutral brown. I have more neutral or on the warmer side undertones, but I really prefer neutral. I think it just suits me best. So we had to neutralize the color first. Then from there, we were keeping the same shape. So it made it really easy where she didn't have to do too much mapping at first. She was able to just get started. So after neutralizing, which I would rate it like a 4 or 5 pain level. Then when she went over the area and was neutralizing it and using the tattoo gun, then everything's kind of open, and when she put the numbing cream on, it's really able to penetrate. And when she started going over with color, it really helped reduce the pain level, and it kind of wears off fairly quickly. It's a tough procedure. Like, you're getting tattooed on your face, on your brow bone. Obviously I have a lot of tattoos, so I would say it's not as painful as some of my tattoos that I have gotten, but it is a lot of shading, so it's not like the most comfortable, but it's totally manageable for sure. So after neutralizing, starting with the pigment, then she did stop and she's like, let me have you sit up. I'm going to just map out, because she did a great job at neutralizing the color, so she lost sight of some of my shape that I had previously. So she just mapped out real quick, especially to make sure to get the tails nailed down. And then she finished up from there, double checked her work. I was in and out of there fairly quickly. It was a 2-hour appointment, and it took about 2 hours all in all. So I'm super pumped. I can't wait. The process now, what to expect afterwards. Day 1 usually looks pretty dark, but when you wake up day 2, it gets really dark. And then from here, I can expect the next few days it's going to be dark. Then it's going to start to peel and look really patchy, and that's where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't think it took in some areas, like it looks terrible. And then you shed, and then it will look more of like the natural healed process. And then from there, around week 6, anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, you can go in for a touch-up if there's any areas that do need to be touched up a bit. I actually happen to be coming back down here around week 8, so I'm going to pop in with Becca and she'll just kind of touch up anywhere. I really prefer to do lighter in the front and get a little bit darker towards the outer part of the brow, so the body is like decent, and then the tail gets a little bit darker, and keep it really powdery up front. It's just the natural way that I like to do my brows, and it frames my face really nicely. So that's kind of what to expect through the healing process. So it's a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, especially if you haven't been through it before. We're like, oh my god, this is way too dark, way too thick, like what did I do? And then, oh my god, they disappeared, my brows are gone, and then they come and then they look great. So highly recommend Becca, highly recommend Fusion Artistry, and highly recommend powder ombre brows versus microblading. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer.